Let's give it up for the CHS drum line. I'm Dustin Weaver. I'm the principal at Chillicothe High School, and today is truly one of the best days of every school year because we have the opportunity to recognize and celebrate students who do things the right way. Today we're going to give away 90 prizes, 8 scholarships, and 1 new car, I think. I want to start by saying thank you. Thank you to our school board. Thank you to CCSD staff for their support and their commitment to this program, as well as all community members. I want to say thank you to 2 or 3 people in particular, starting with Mr. Gary Von Kennel. And many of you sitting in here today may not even know who Mr. Gary Von Kennel is. So I'll tell you, he's a graduate, he's an alumnus of Chillicothe High School. He doesn't live anywhere near Chillicothe, Ohio, but he is proud to be a Cavalier. And when he heard that our community was hurting due to the opioid epidemic, due to the drug crisis, he wanted to make a difference in his hometown. Mr. Gary Von Kennel has donated tens of thousands of dollars to make this program a reality. And even though he's not here with us today, we need to give him a big round of applause for that. In addition, I want to thank and I want to acknowledge Bill and Mark Kernstein. Many of you may know, I think all of you know, that our biggest prize we're going to give away today is a brand new car to a lucky junior or senior. And that would not be possible without a partnership with the Kernstein Automotive Group. So let's hear it for Mark Kernstein. We are very grateful for this partnership with the Kernstein family. In addition, we have Ms. Rachel Landerman here with us to represent Congressman Stiver's office. She has Rachel has brought with her, for each student in the Key Success Program, a proclamation from Congressman Stivers. We will give these to each student after the ceremony. Let's hear one more time for Rachel. Our mayor, Luke Feeney, is also here with us today. Luke has always been very supportive of Key Success, and I want to thank and acknowledge Mr. Feeney as well. Mr. Feeney, please rise. Let's talk for just a minute about what Keys is. Because despite the fact that this message has been shared many, many times, there are still many misconceptions about this program. So there are 3 components to Keys Success. First, students are expected to stay and remain drug-free. Secondly, students are expected to earn a minimum of a 1.75 GPA each 9 weeks, first, second, and third 9 weeks. And that is the equivalent GPA that is used to determine athletic eligibility. Finally, students are expected to stay out of trouble, to be involved in the community, and essentially be a good human being, be a good citizen. Those are the 3 components to Key Success. And I want to make this very clear. No student has ever been removed from Key Success. Students are not kicked out of Key Success, ever, in 4 years. If one of the 3 components, grades, drug-free, being a good citizen, is violated, then we give students the help that they need. Each year, students start with a clean slate. If you make a bad choice as a junior, you're not eligible to win a car that year, or as a senior. You are, however, able to win Tier 2 prizes, provided that you comply with counseling and other requirements. We do drug test every single student a minimum of 2 times, during the school year. We test randomly throughout the year as well. Again, though, students are never kicked out. They're never removed. If a student tests positive, we don't assign the student suspension, Friday school, detention. Instead, we give them love, care, and support. And I've got to tell you, last year I was very proud because our initial drug testing yielded 8 positive tests. I was proud of those students for crying out for help to us and for asking us to be there for them during a difficult time in their lives. Okay? So let's give our students in Keys today a big round of applause for this part of the class. So Keys to Success is growing. The beautiful part of this program is it is relatively easily replicated. We spread this year to Benton County High School. We've got other members of our conference who are looking at this program. And believe it or not, we've got an upcoming meeting scheduled with the Ohio governor to discuss how to implement Keys to Success in every high school in the state of Ohio. As I mentioned, Benton County High School this year implemented Keys to Success. And with us here today is Benton County President, Benton County High School Principal, Mr. Josh Tripp, who next year will be the principal of Chillicothe Intermediate School. He's here to say a few words about the program Keys to Success in Benton County. Let's hear it from Mr. Tripp.
Good morning. Congratulations to every student that has participated in the Keys to Success program this year. As Mr. Weaver said, your program is making an impact statewide. As a resident of Chillicothe, I knew when I went to Benton County High School, I wanted to bring something similar to that high school. Luckily, I was able to partner with Benton County Prosecutor's Office. We called our program Driven to Succeed. Just a little bit different and same outcome as what all of you are working towards. A couple of things that are different, which is really cool, I think. The money that came for the car was from a drug forfeiture case through the Benton County Prosecutor's Office. So actually a drug
year, Keys to Success partnered with Big Brothers Big Sisters to help fill the Being a Good Citizen portion of the program. We have several ambassadors who went through the process of becoming bigs, and Big Brothers and Big Sisters paired those bigs with littles from CMS. This was made possible by Big Brothers Big Sisters President Julie Violet and her staff. Julie is here today. Julie, would you please stand and be recognized? Let's hear it for Big Brothers Big Sisters. This time I'd like to recognize a whole lot of people, so bear with me here. First, I want to recognize the people behind the cameras today for all of the hard work that they do. Starting with Daniel Haller, who somehow this morning beat me to school. That's pretty tough to do. Let's hear it for Daniel. In addition to Daniel, other individuals who are part of the broadcasting and video production team include Braden Jones, Justin Wood, Julian Villarreal, Dominic Lozada, Jacob McAdams, Jason Atkins, Katie Brown, Hannah Dalaba, Angel Miller, Kendall Cheek, and Summer Leisure. Let's give them a round of applause. Summer, I have no idea where you are, but one day I'll get your name out. Also want to hear it for Mrs. George, who is the teacher of this program, and also Mr. Andrew Vidito, who does so much for our school district. Our school family and our community have been such a huge part of embracing and supporting this program. It would be impossible to name everyone, but we would like to, at the very least, acknowledge our t-shirt sponsors. But first and foremost, students wearing your Keys t-shirts, let's stand up and show those off. Those are nice. I would be wearing mine, but I don't fit in it anymore, unfortunately. Our t-shirt sponsors include the following individuals: Beth and Dr. Connor, please stand and be recognized. Adina Health System, Julie Preston. Sheriff George Lavender, Captain Mike Preston. Superintendent Debbie Swinehart, District Administration, and the Chillicothe City School Board. Please stand, all of you, to be recognized. The community sponsors for our discount cards that were shown on the scoreboard and our orange graduation cords are sponsored by the Moose Lodge. Let's hear it for the Moose Lodge. Our top 6 sponsors for advertising through our venue include the following champion package sponsors: Homeland Credit Union, Haller Funeral Home, Perfection One, Kingston National Bank, and Whistler, Myers, and Colley's Dentistry. Let's hear it for those organizations. The sponsor for our key supporter package is Affordable Air and Heating. Let's hear it for them as well. In addition, we have others who have purchased large signs, which include, and please stand again and be recognized, Tomlinson Insurance, Rivers Edge Orthodontics with Dr. Brad Pendle, Ross County Bank, Raising Cane's, Norse Family Dealerships, and G&J Paving. Please stand and be recognized. Okay, so I know what you all are here for, and that's that table over there in the car out front, so let's talk about that for a minute. The prizes that our ambassadors are standing there with are purchased via a grant obtained by Judge Jeff Benson through the juvenile court system. I want to say thank you to Judge Benson and also Sherry Smitley. Sherry is here, I believe, who also applies for the grant. This is the 4th consecutive year that we've received a $5,000 grant to purchase incentives. Let's hear it for Judge Benson and Sherry Smitley. By the way, I kind of want to apologize to our seniors because little birdie has told me that next year we may not have $5,000 in prizes, we may have $10,000 in prizes. Okay, at this time, as a principal, as a teacher, we're not supposed to have favorites. But the truth of the matter is we're all human beings, and we do have favorites. And one of my favorite students and one of my favorite people is Miss Annabelle Baggs. And Miss Annabelle Baggs is here today to share a few words. Let's hear it.
Let me start with when I first found out my dad was a drug addict. I was about 5 or 6 years old when my dad had got a new girlfriend, and I went about 4 months without any contact from him. I had thought it was my fault, that I wasn't a good enough daughter, and that he didn't love me. Then I found out it was because of the drugs, not because of me. After that, I spent most of my life being lied to by him. Waiting at the door for him to come pick me up for hours at a time when he was only 5 minutes away, or not hearing from him for 2 months when he was on a 2-week trucking job. When he'd pick me up, he was almost always high, and if he wasn't, he'd send me to the neighbor's house or to the next room so he could shoot up. Sometimes we'd stop by a friend's house for money to go eat, and he'd be inside for hours while I sat in the car, and by the time he'd come outside, it'd be too late because they got caught up talking, and we'd have to go some other time. I remember the first time I realized how bad his addiction had gotten. I was about 13 and was home alone and heard a knock on the door. It was my dad with his pit bull. He knew I was afraid of dogs, but still insisted to bring him into my house. My dad came inside without me asking, went to the kitchen, and made some food. The entire time he was there, he was twitching and just wasn't himself. When I asked him to leave so I could go to bed for school in the morning, he started crying because his own daughter didn't want him around. That was the first time in my life I had ever been afraid of my dad and been so uncomfortable around him. A few months after that, on Easter, I was at my brother's house and had gotten a call from my aunt saying that my dad had been arrested in the trailer park for a meth lab in the back of his van. His mugshot was all over Facebook and everybody was saying awful things about him. I just couldn't understand it. Yeah, he had done some bad things, but that didn't define him as a person. He was worth so much more than that. He was in jail for about 9 months. I remember my first time visiting him. He was going through withdrawals and cried the whole time begging me to get him out. I was his only daughter, and my brother wanted nothing to do with him at that point, so it was my choice whether to keep him in there or not, which is a lot for a 14-year-old to handle. After a week of thinking and seeing him in there, I decided jail was what he needed. He didn't agree. For the 9 months he was in there, I went to visit him every Saturday. It was hard only being able to see my dad through a glass and on the phone for only 30 minutes once a week. Towards the end of the 9 months, we had heard he was accepted into the STAR program, a 6-month rehabilitation center. I went to the court date to find out when he would be leaving for rehab, and while we were waiting on the judge, he told my brother, my auntie, and I that he did something bad and he didn't want us to be mad at him. He overdosed on heroin and had to be given Narcan 3 times in order to be brought back alive. He was sentenced to prison. When he had gotten out of prison, I thought he was doing good. I thought he was clean until he came to visit my papa in the hospital. His entire body was covered in meth burns, which he told me must have been an allergic reaction, but I knew better. The very next day, he was to turn himself in to his probation officer. I made him and my auntie sign me out of school early so I could give him a proper goodbye before I only got to see him through the glass again. When we had gotten to the probation office, he was made to pee in a cup and had about 10 different substances in his system. He went back to prison. After a few months, he was finally able to attend the STAR program. He was doing good, found religion, had gained some weight, and had a stable relationship with his sister, father, and children. He had gotten out after 6 months and had relapsed again. I remember being told that after my aunt had called the police on him, he was threatening to kill himself if he went back to prison, and handed my uncle a needle. He needed a 48-hour mental evaluation and then was back home. After that, he really cleaned himself up, had a girlfriend who he loved, was traveling, and was working on getting a job. About 2 months after his relapse, he came, picked me up, and took me to see our cousins. After that, we went and got pizza, and he took me to work. We sat inside my job at a table for an hour before I had to clock on, just talking. I will forever regret not simply giving my dad a hug before he left because I was still upset about his relapse. That was the last time I ever saw my dad. About a week later, I was getting ready for work when my mom stopped me and told me I wasn't going because she had something to tell me. My dad had overdosed multiple times, but my mom never once had tears in her eyes while telling me what had happened. This time she did. She sat me down and I instantly knew he was dead, but I figured overdose. My mom told me that earlier that morning my dad had shot and killed himself. I felt like I had been punched in the gut. I had never screamed like that before. I didn't understand. He had been clean. My dad was completely clean when he died. Nothing in his system except a single can of beer. He had been clean, but the drugs killed him. They were his escape, and when that was taken away from him, he felt he had no other options. He was 44 when he died and had been relying on drugs since he was about 14. Seeing my dad in a coffin at the age of only 15 is and always will be the hardest thing I've had to do in my life. I will never forget how sad he looked, of the little difference in his nose, how cold his hands were, and how I kept tricking myself into seeing his stomach move. I could have sworn he was just sleeping. I wish he was just sleeping. I never even got to say goodbye, and that will always be my biggest regret in life. You don't have to be the one taking drugs for them to ruin your life.
Thank you, Annabelle. I'm so proud of you, and your courage is just absolutely astounding. You know, we talk a lot about numbers and data. We talk about prizes from cars to laptops, etc. But Keys to Success isn't about any of that stuff. It's about people. It's about changing lives. It's about saving lives. That's what this program is about. Let's hear it one more time. Dave, the Big Blue Bus, is with us again this year. All high school students at the conclusion of today's ceremony will exit and go to the bus for a snack to take back to class. At this time, I would like to introduce Miss Mary Montgomery, who is the reason we have made the Big Blue Bus. Let's hear from Mary.
Good morning, everyone. Some may remember that I spoke last year at this rally. I told my story on why creating a summer food program, Dave the Big Blue Bus, was so special to me. I talked about going to more peer funerals than my mom, and how I wish I'd stepped up in high school like you all are doing now. So to not repeat myself, I think it's important to talk about other vital pieces of this KEYS program, and that is to be an upstanding citizen and to work towards building a strong community. The KEYS program is keeping you accountable on many levels. One level I think that needs to be highlighted is maintaining strong citizenship. So whether you stay in Chillicothe or you find a new home, please hold on to this lesson and also strive to build a strong community around you. Recently, I have realized it's not just important to build a strong community, but it's important to fall back on one. What feels like a lifetime ago, but only a few short months, my husband was diagnosed with chronic myeloid leukemia. We are fighting and we are winning this battle. And our weapons against this cancer are God, our family and friends, this school district, citizens all around us, and organizations like Southern Ohio Survivors. Our community, the people we have put around us, and who we have always tried to help, have all rallied beside me and my husband, and that is what is keeping our momentum. And this is just one example on why being a good, reliable citizen is so important. There will be a time to help others, and there will be a time when you will need help from others. Hold on to this form of accountability from this KEYS program that I've instilled in you. It will only create a more meaningful future. Keeping true to this topic, our summer lunch program is designed to help the Chillicothe community. Last year, we were able to serve over 5,000 meals. Bring local fun activities to our youth while providing a safe place for a few hours a day. We want to continue to do this again this summer, and with the partnerships of others we hope to make it even better. Many of you in this room have signed up to volunteer, and there is still room for more volunteers if anyone is interested. Our very own 3rd and 4th graders have created a mobile pantry that we will run in stock all summer long on the bus, so kids can take home fresh produce. First Capital Enterprise has taken on a book drive for us, and is working with their staff to create new activities for participants to enjoy. And donations from Walmart, Pixel, Children's Hunger Alliance have made it all possible again. And last to all of you students, if you're looking for a way to help this summer, the biggest way you can is to participate. This program was created for those who battle food insecurities during the summer months, but it is not a requirement. Our summer lunches are like buying a pair of Tom's shoes. You know, you buy a pair and a pair is given to someone else in need. This summer, if you were served a lunch, you are helping me keep this program running, and in turn, be able to continue serving those in need. So, be served to help serve. Thank you, everyone. Good luck to Wendy.
Yeah, you think I'm going to stand still for very long? You don't know me. How you guys doing? Allie, you didn't clap? Oh, sure. Okay, thanks. I'm excited. I know you're excited about all of this. But before we get to that, I'm going to introduce our guest speaker. And we have a guest speaker that you probably have never met before. I got to meet this young man last evening, and now we're besties, we're best friends. It takes me like 3 minutes. It probably wasn't even that long, so it's real. I follow him on like Twitter now, so it's even realer, and it's going to be Facebook later, and you know it's real when it's on Facebook. And so I am excited, and I want you to give a Chillicothe warm, awesome round of applause. All the way from Charlottesville, Virginia, Mr. Freddie Jackson! Come on, let me hear it! Yeah!
What's happening? Get that alcohol for me. Chillicothe, how you guys feeling? Come on, this side over here. All right, this side over here. Are they gonna win the car or what? Are you gonna win the car? All right. Hey, cut it. Hey, first of all, I gotta say, I know that stage is there, but I like the move, okay? First off, I gotta say I'm truly honored. Honored to be here. Thank you for having me. What a great program. How did I get here? I like to call it the law of attraction. You guys take notes, please. I hope I say something. I pray that I say something that's very impactful that you can take with you. I say a lot of things, so please stay with me. The law of attraction. I used to personal train Mr. Gary Von Kettle back in Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm a personal trainer, middle school guidance counselor, PE teacher. You know, so the law of attraction, guys, once you live on that frequency, you live from a space of love. It all happens. The universe moves for you. All right, so we're going to get into it. My name's Freddie Jackson from Buckingham County. Much smaller than this, way smaller. I'm talking one stoplight. We just got a McDonald's probably 5 years ago. Yeah, that's small. And but hey, I'm a former college athlete, former musician, travel the world, writing, creating, producing songs for a lot of artists. I'm saying all these things too because it has a purpose, okay? Stick with it, stick with it. Educator, I'm an author, that's my table back there. Please come see me later. I have a book that I wrote, Love No Ego, Where Are You Living From? It's kind of analyzing the space you make decisions from. And we're going to get into that too as well. What else am I? Am I forgetting something? Debbie. What else am I here? Personal trainer, educator, author, undergrad degree in radio broadcast and journalism. I have 2 masters, a master's in psychology and a master's in organizational development and leadership with a concentration and focus in sport, fitness, and wellness management. So what am I doing here, you know? Give me that first slide. Can you give me that first slide? The Love No Ego Foundation. The Love No Ego Foundation. Founder, creator, executive director, 3 years now. We're rocking and rolling. Yeah, 3 years now with that. We pretty much take that philosophy, guys, of love, no ego. We want to encourage you. We want to motivate you. We want to inspire you to make choices and make that actual choice of who and what you love over the ego, over the self-centeredness, yes, but also over the fear, the peer pressure, the challenges, the obstacles. I'm 42 years old. I still get nervous. I still get scared. How many of you still get nervous and scared? Right? Guys, listen, love no ego. Next slide. Love No Ego wants to give you the courage to be yourself. The courage to be you. I mean, honestly, guys, now listen, the real you. I think a lot of us, including me, because it's a practice. I still practice at it every day. And the reason that it's a practice is because we come into this world and we're bombarded with messages the moment we get here. All types of different influences. Some good, some bad, right? So I find that we have a lot of courage to be a lot of other things. To tell this person, back, move. What are you talking about? Why are you looking at me? Huh? Why are you looking at my shoes? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? But do we have the courage, honestly, to be ourselves? You know, what space are you really operating from on a daily basis? Love, no ego, the courage to be you. Next slide. So really quick, I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of slides. It's really quick. I just want to give you our mission. We provide that real-world development for youth, kids, and young adults ages 10 to 24, helping you guys to overcome those challenges, find purpose, and live that true greatness. Live that true greatness. We do mentorship. We do youth personal training. All of us are certified personal trainers. We do presentations and assemblies like this. And we also do the workshops. We follow up these assemblies with in-classroom workshops. And we do workshops outdoors as well. So we'll go on Love No Ego hikes. If you go on lovenoego.org, you'll see all of that great stuff, right? Next slide. Along with the foundation, you know, we have a set of values, a set of principles. And I think values and principles are important, right? Just like the keys to success is doing great work, they have some qualifications, some principles, some values that you guys, that can help motivate and encourage you guys to kind of stay on that positive path. And I have 3. They're very simple. Very simple. Next slide. First one is love over ego. You have to choose, guys. You really have to make a conscious choice to stay present and choose it. There's a shirt there that says human being. You see that shirt that's hanging on the end of that table there? Guys, one of the first things that we learned in early on in school was the suffix, ing. You guys remember that? What does it mean? Come on now. Walking, talking, running, yell it out. Process of doing something, I heard present tense. Present. Guys, remain present. Human being, ing. If you can see at the bottom of that shirt, it says stay woke. We use that a lot. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. Hashtag stay woke. That's all it is, guys. Being, ing, stay focused, staying present, being aware of that space. All right, let's go. Next slide. Love or fear. This is a big one. This is a very big one. The fear, guys. The fear can push us into a corner, and we'll find ourselves making decisions that's not good for us. Drugs, temporary. Instant gratification. Do we want that instant gratification, or do we want that sustainable success? You want $100 a day, or you want $1 million in 5 years? You know, think about it. Sustainable success versus that instant gratification. And most of the time, guys, well, 100% of the time, your problems, that fear that you've been fearing, it's going to be there once you come back in. Right? So guys, we really want to kind of be aware of how that fear may be influencing our everyday decisions. You have to choose who you love, what you love, all the time, every single day. It's a practice. You're going to make mistakes. I make them. It's part of the reason why I'm here today presenting to all of you. If I can be right here sharing my story, why can't you be here sharing yours? Hats off to Miss Annabelle. Ladies and gentlemen, that is some courage right there. That is some for real courage. You know, growing up, my dad abused drugs, cocaine specifically. I'm the first in my household, in my immediate family, to get a college degree. Yes. The second in my family behind my brother to graduate high school. My mom and dad didn't graduate high school. My mom was pregnant, 15 years old, quit. My dad quit also. You know? But I'm telling you these things, guys, because life is about, this is my idea on it. Life happens for you and not necessarily to you. Okay? So it happens for you to develop, because nobody in this room is exempt from the hardships, right? We all want to have it. That's evident. It's coming. It's coming. So, flip the coin, flip the switch. It's all about how we respond to it. Guys, if we can accept that life is all about how we respond to it. Get over that initial sting, shake it off, you know, brush your shoulders off, and get back at it and keep going and keep progressing. You know? So, let's move on to that last slide, or last principle. Communication over conflict. Choose communication over conflict. When the pressure comes, when the fear comes, guys, we have to. We cannot allow ourselves to set in this conflict. Can you imagine the pain that Miss Annabelle would be feeling? I mean, it's hard enough already. What if she never said anything? What if she never said anything? How is her mental health going to be? How is she going to feel every day? What about the pressure? And how is that going to force her everyday decisions? Communication over conflict. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. All right, moving on. Chilla Coffee, what's up? All right. I'll do a crowd check in a minute. Next slide. So drop that ego and fly, guys. Listen, the hating is heavy. You can't fly, you can't literally attract those positive things into your life when you're living from the ego. I played college basketball, very, very, very competitive. Right? I grew up very, very competitive. I have one older brother who's 10 years older than me. So if anybody knows, as a younger brother, what's the one thing you want to do? You want to beat your older brother, right? Boxing gloves, basketball, it could be checkers, it could be shoe kicking across the court. I want to win, I want to beat him. So I grew up very, 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 in a very competitive environment. All right, so what I'm saying is, once I became aware of the ego and the space and how I was making decisions, you know, it became so, like that t-shirt says, I realized that I'm being, I'm positive, I'm now. As my watch says, what does my watch say?
Now.
My watch says now, because that allows me to stay in the moment, especially when that conflict comes, especially when I'm backed into that corner of fear. I think about the right now, I focus on the right now, I think about what I love, I think about who I love, I think about why am I here, and I make the right choice, whether I'm scared or not. I'm going that way, right? So, next slide. Guys, look at that. There's the universe. There it is. There's the universe. You know how I spell the universe? Y-O-U, universe. All right? So, guys, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this. This is a little exercise for you. I want you to think about everything that's natural. Everything that's natural. What do we have? Birds, trees, sun, moon, stars, oceans, skies, right? Next slide. Plants, animals, time, peace, happiness, stars, eternity, forever, love, and let's go over here. What is your name? Kelby. Kelby. And we have Mr. Kelby in there as well. All of us, but Mr. Kelby, right? Kelby's in there. You, love, forever. Guys, this is forever. This is forever. Everything that's natural. I need you to tune in. Think about your heart being the new mind. We can't control our minds. If you can control your mind, you can tell me what your next thought's going to be. Can you? No. So I want you to think about, take this with you, right? Your heart, start here. Your heart is just pure joy. Can't lie to you. Your mind can tell you a bunch of different things all the time. And the body just follows. Think about it. We are beautiful, unique creatures. Think about it. Now let's think about everything that's unnatural. What's that? We have beautiful cars, houses, basketball. We have politics. We have Democrat, Republican, religion, Buddhist, Baptist, religion. We have so many other things. iPhones, Instagram, Twitter. Give me the next slide. Look at all the stuff that we have. We have a bunch of stuff. This is America, Jack. We got stuff. We got toys. We have big stores dedicated to toys. Stuff, right? So guys, I want to ask you this. Which space do you value the most? Are you living from that outside space? Or are you living from that internal space? Guys, when you live from this internal space here, the universe will move for you. You have the power to attract every single thing that you desire. If you look here, we have all of these things. Some of those things, guys, all of those things are just tools. Not saying that they are bad or good. I'm just saying that they are tools for us to use. I got recruited to play college basketball. Haven't paid any tuition in my life. That's a tool. I used the tool of basketball. It didn't use me. You guys get that? All right. Next slide, here we go. So, that's how I know that you are truly meant for great things. I heard it all the time. You guys hear it all the time. You're going to do awesome things. You're meant for greatness. But guys, really zone in on what that means. Like, look at this, all these resources around you today, every day. Whatever your goals are, you have that power to make it happen. It's like the radio. You turn the radio to a certain frequency and it picks up, right? You go to more staticky, it's not working, you find another frequency. So we have human frequencies as well. You know, you have human frequencies as well. And the energy that you choose to put out on a daily basis is going to 100% circle back around and come to you. You have to believe that. You have to believe that. All right, next slide. All right, those are the social media connects and handles. All right, Chiller Coffee, make some noise, let's go! Get excited! Yeah, come on, who's gonna win this car? Hey! Guys, why? What brought us here today? I know maybe some prizes did. Check it out, I know maybe some prizes help. I know they might help. But guys, there are a lot of people that love you, that care about you, that make this happen. Think about it. Started with Mr. Gary Von Kettle, right? And look around. Look around. I'm here to help you, inspire you, to help you make those decisions from a good space. I want to bring that awareness to you so that when you are in such turmoil, when those drugs are sitting there, when that fear is pushing up against you, guys, you have a choice. It's okay. Take a deep breath. I practice a lot of yoga as well. Take a deep breath. Think about it. Breath controls the mind. The mind goes fast, the breath goes fast. Mind controls the body. So, love, no ego. So I want to get a crowd test here. What time is it? How much time do I have? Oh, we're good. Okay. So, guys, are you loved? Do you feel loved? Do you represent love? Come on now. Love is the greatest energy in the world. It's the reason why we're all here. It is. It's the reason why we're all here. So this is what we're going to do. When I say love, you say no ego. All right? Only this side. Then I'm going to go to this side, and then we're going to all do it together. How about that? When I say love, you say no ego. Love! Love! Okay. What y'all think? Y'all ready? When I say love, you say no ego. Love! Love! What do you think? Let's go to the whole school. Hey, is this Chiller Coffee High School? Come on, guys. Come on. I need to feel that energy. I need you to pour every single piece of your goal, any accomplishment, and pull it and attract it right into your life. That's the power.
All right, representing Gerber Insurance, I want you guys to give a huge round of applause for one of our very best sponsors, Nate Van Busker.
Hi everybody, my name is K2S Assembly, representing Gerber Insurance. We are a family-owned business, have been for 75 years, just right up the street. We're proud to consider ourselves Cavaliers. My sister-in-law and boss, what they don't tell you is if you don't go to school and get a good education, you may someday work for your sister-in-law. So make sure that you go to school and get a good education. That's why we're making sure that we give scholarships. Since she is not here, I'm going to give everybody a 10. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. We have selected 2 students with very high recommendations for scholarships. We do not just take grades into consideration when we give these scholarships out. A lot of it is how you treat your peers. We have ears and eyes inside the school to make sure that we are giving these scholarships to somebody that is not just worthy in the classroom, but treats their peers, teachers very well. So, with the first scholarship that we are going to award, it's a $1,000 scholarship, and it goes to Jolie Norman. The second scholarship that we are going to award, which is also a $1,000 scholarship, is going to Madison Koppel.
One more time, big round of applause. And another Nike backpack to another Seth McFarland. And even better than the Nike backpack is a K2S backpack. Yes, to Alexis Ward. And while you're at it, take Will Johnson a K2S backpack. We like to just work on our abs in different ways, all sorts of crazy ways. Just abs, abs. So the first ab workout, so you can get even better abs. Evan Friend. Yes. Take him as an ab workout. Evan, if you want to just start right now, do it right now. Don't be ashamed. Work on those abs. And the next ab workout, to Kiki Hawk. And while you're at it, take Shaylin Miller an ab workout. And then Emma Steinbrook, take her an ab workout. Yes. Now we've got some push-up bars. Like you just put them on the floor so your wrists don't get tired, you just push-ups. We were going to give them all to Mr. Cole, but he doesn't need them. So these push-up bars, one of them is going to Josh Wallace. Josh, get your push-up bars. Get swole. Give it to Debbie. Would you give it? Oh, wait. Hold on, Freddie. Freddie, would you like to see Freddie demonstrate some push-ups? Wow, Freddie, I mean, you think like being a guest, they'd be like, yeah! I Y'all seem to be here for a car. All right. And we're doing good on time. Well, this is the main event. So was on my belt loop is a 2019 key. It's a key, and it's one of these cool keys where you like opens up. No, not that. It's a 2019 Kia Forte. It's black. It's pretty. It's fast. It's got like a nav screen on it that's bigger than the Chromebook. Like, just, it's there. It's like really awesome. It's got a nice system in it. It's got like all the portable, like talk in the phone thing. And it's right out front. It's just literally right there. Parked, by the way, district office had it washed last night. So it is clean and it's ready. One of our juniors or seniors has met all the requirements, the expectations. Is going to, I say walk away. I guess they're going to drive away. They're probably going to run, be overwhelmed. So I guess the only thing left to do would be a little hype music from a drum line. Just for a second, like to just help get the energy and the vibe up. Roll the drum. I mean, we probably should bring up the individual and the company responsible for making this car a reality. So please give a cavalier welcome to Mr. Bart Herdenstein. So thank you to the Herdenstein Automotive Group for making sure that somebody's life is going to change today. Let me, before we have Miss Montgomery draw, let me make sure that you understand that I get it. Everybody that's in that hopper wants to win the car. We don't know who's going to win the car, but obviously somebody's going to win the car. There needs to be a lot of love thrown that way, regardless of who wins the car, because they deserve to win the car, and you're going to be happy that they win the car. Maybe they'll give you a ride in their new car. And so when that happens, we're going to get hyped in here. We might even get Mr. Pelletier like, I don't know what he can do, but he's going to do it. Mr. Putnam, this might be the moment somebody outdoes you. He did say not if he wins it. I'm just throwing this out. We really have obviously no idea who's going to win it, but if Matthew Putnam does get his name drawn, somebody go get an AED machine. That's the little defibrillator thing. Like he might just face plant on the floor. Mrs. Montgomery, I appreciate you taking this monumental task. And so, however you need to know to just cover your eyes, spin around 19 times, just stick. She's not spinning. So she's going to draw a name. She's going to put her hand in there, just feel around, draw a name out. She's going to bring it over here. Yeah, you can go ahead and do it. Can we get a drum roll? Somebody got like a... Digging around, make sure there's only one. We don't want one of those weird conundrums. They're together. Okay, you got it? Come on, bring it over here. Oh, my. Another drum roll.